Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. All right, let's have a little fun, y'all. Now, recently, you've seen that there's been stories about the cheesecake lady. How this woman said she felt disrespected that some guy who looked like he had some money was taking her to cheesecake for their first date. Cheesecake Factory, for their first date. And she got pretty much chin checked and sent back home, and her feelings was hurt. Okay. So a lot of people came out, men and women, said something was wrong with this woman because Cheesecake Factory got good food, especially for a first date. And even myself said, hell, first date, and she's talking about courting. I'm like, first date, should have went to Starbucks or McDonald's somewhere and got some coffee so you can sit down and talk to each other and ask questions and get to know each other. That's what courting is. Courting is not starting out at a $300, $400, $500 meal. I'm sorry, that's something you get when you're getting married, on anniversaries and stuff, on special occasions, not the first date. And a lot of women agreed, felt the same way that a lot of men, and most men, probably every man felt. Then someone come out with a list of 31 places that you can't take. The woman said you can't take her on a date. And one was like for drinks, one was Cheesecake Factory, one was like, what they call it, chain restaurants. It is a lot of other places, family functions. But I'm one who would tell guys, when it comes to family functions and you dating somebody, the one place that you want to go. Now, you may not want to woman might not want to go to your family function, and that's her ignorant tale. But a place, fellas, that you want to go is a family function early in a relationship. I just tell homies all the time, man, you want to know about your gal and how she gonna be? Find out who raised them, and then go to a family reunion or a family picnic or a birthday party and hang with them. And don't get there early. Don't go early, because when you get there early, everybody's smiling. Everybody's like, on their best behavior. Your girl is like, Mom, Dad, please don't embarrass me in front of Joey or Billy. But if you're lucky enough, dude, and you got a woman who has a dad, a father, or an uncle or a grandfather that raised her, that is a blessing. You know why? One, you see that she was raised in maybe a two-parent household, had like some kind of structure, and showed her how to be a family and how to create and raise a family. But two, you have an ally, because most men are going to tell you the truth about their daughter. Period. They're gonna tell you, and how they gonna do it, they may not come out and say exactly how their daughter act, but they're gonna talk about how their wife do. They're gonna talk about some of the stuff they had to put up with their wife. And if you can read the signs, and if you smart enough, as a man, you're gonna be like, this man is forewarning me about what I'm gonna have to deal with. Period. So you gotta be smart, be wise about that, player. So yeah, you wanna go to a family function, and like I said, don't go early, go a little late. Once everybody has been there for a while, got comfortable, been drinking, been eating, got tired, here y'all come. And now the real mom, the real aunt, the real dad, uncle, brother, it's gonna come out. That's just my advice to all you young brothers. Okay, then they had one list of guys. I think it was just being funny or whatever, but a list of women that not to date in the Western world, and they say, gold diggers, people with OnlyFans page, black women, stuff like that, westernized women. So it's like tongue in cheek or whatever. So that was the big thing that they came out. But I had a story pop up on my phone the other day. And I didn't know if I wanted to bring it, but I said, yes, I am. Because it's interesting, because this story came out from what I see like about 4 months ago. It's interesting because it's a list from the perspective of men, and it's funny because it didn't go viral. Now, if you had something that's in the perspective of a woman, it'll go viral, like women telling you where they want to go eat it, how much money you have to make. See, stuff like that, and people got mad at Kevin Samuels because they say, he made so much money off of that and disrespected women, but no. That's what women want. Women want to see that. Women want to be a part of that. Women become involved in that kind of stuff, and that's how it goes viral. Again, when he was talking to men about how to act, how to present yourselves, how to dress, how to smell, how you need to be making money, how not to be dusty. Do something with your life because you're a grown man. You better get you 2-3 jobs to make that money so you can get somewhere in life. He wasn't getting enough. He got views, but wasn't getting the views that he got. Not even a fraction of views that he got when someone asked a question about a woman. A woman asked a question and it went viral, and he blew up from there because women want to hear what you got to say about that. They want to get that perspective, right? What the men think doesn't matter. But anyway, so I saw this. Like I say, what did it say? Man and Home, I guess, is what the link is, the site, but it's from MSN.com, and it says 21 things that scream you're lower class, according to men. Like I said, we're gonna have a little fun with this, man. We're gonna go through this list and see what it says, because I scrolled through it a little bit, but we're gonna break it down, like I say, to the smallest compound. So, first things, 21 things. We're gonna try to go through this pretty quick, but you get the idea. First thing is the unnecessary noise pollution. Is louder always better? The world isn't deaf, and you don't need to scream to be heard. Exactly, fellas. Don't you just hate when you're somewhere public, or maybe in a building, and you got people that just for some reason have to talk loud, have to be heard? That always bothers me, because I don't understand the purpose of it. Certain things you only do when absolutely necessary, because the next thing, it's about to blow up. If you want to get loud with somebody somewhere, that means, to me, is that you are about to do something. Not that you may do something. Like, no, you done turned it up a notch. People ain't used to you turning up a notch. Now, when they get you to that point, that means you're about to act a fool. But when people just being loud just to be loud, to me, that's, well, to some men, that's quote unquote lower class. Let's see, next one, public speakerphone, the accidental radio show. Yes, having your phone on speaker, and I can't stand that. Look, I work in the clinic world. People sit next to each other all the time, and we have headphones available for you to plug into your phone or plug into the TV that's in front of your station. But you have people who don't use it. You have some people who refuse to use it, and they will turn the TV up and everybody's hearing. It was like, dude, can you turn the TV down low? And you're like, can you put on headphones? No, I'm not putting on headphones. I don't want to. Why I gotta put on headphones? It's like, because it's called courtesy. The key to some of these is just common courtesy, respecting everyone like you want to be respected. What they. But some people just want people to go down to their level. Some people know that what they do is just ain't right, but they want to bring everybody down to their level. They don't want to do better and and improve themselves. They just want people to do what they do, right? Litter bugs don't make the world your trash can. When folks dump trash just about anywhere, they seem to treat the world as a dumpster. Men tend to associate this behavior with a lack of class. It's not just about cleanliness, but respect. for the environment, others, and yourself. I agree completely. Giant brand logos, the walking billboard. When people dress head to toe in flashy brand logos and scream, hey, look, I can afford expensive stuff. However, men perceive this as less than classy. Remember, your worth isn't determined by the label on your clothes, but by the strength of your character. I remember back in the day, and I think like, I guess they hadn't really went out of style, but when trunk jewelry, big gold chains, big herringbones, were the thing. People thought if you had like a big chain, that must mean you got a lot of money because you're being flashy. But everybody knows there are things called bazaars. All my people in the hood know a thing called bazaars, right? You buy like a big bazaar chain, and they was cheap, and they break easy. Every time you look up, the sun gonna snap it somewhere. You kind of crip it back together. One day, I went to like a real reputable jewelry store and bought a gold chain. It was on sale, but it was solid, a gold rope. But it was a solid rope. It wasn't no gold plate. It wasn't no hollow rope chain. And it was on my neck. And it wasn't that big. I mean, it wasn't even big as my finger, probably half as thick as my finger, whatever. But it probably ran about 500. We talking about like the late 90s. No, about late 90s, early 2000, whatever. On sale for like 500. So it was worth more than that. And I remember one day, and I won't mention their name, but someone tried to pull it in a small scuffle. And it would not break. It would not budge. It stayed on my neck throughout the whole ordeal. But I remember one time my homeboy, I was talking to a dude, he told me how to chain. He was like, man, what you pay for that? I told him, he said, man, you paid that much for that chain? Man, you could have went to the bazaar and got it. No, bro. I said, this is a solid chain. This sun gun did not break. It's not one of them things that will snap or break when someone tug on it. So my thing was quality over quantity. So my point is like people can like be all big and flashy and think they're doing something, but when you got good quality, you ain't even worried about wearing like Gucci up and down, name all on, hats and shirts and socks and belts and everything with a big logo, just so people can see what you got. Because to me, it just seems it's really showing that you don't have much. Next thing, self-proclaimed alphas. Show, don't tell. Men find it quite unclassy when folk refer themselves as alpha males. It seems like an attempt to mark territory or prove dominance, which often backfires. True class doesn't need a label. It reflects naturally through behaviors and actions. True indeed. I know I got caught up in that for like a split second, trying to talk about I'm the man, I'm the alpha, this and the third. But that's not me. I'm not one to sit here and like to try to tell you who I am. I want you to tell me who you feel I am. And the only way you can do that is through my actions. Now, if you misperceive it, then that's on you, and me and you, we probably ain't got that kind of relationship, so it don't even matter. But the people close to me, they know who I am, they know what I do, and they respect it. If they don't, then that's not a me problem, that's a you problem. And like I said, we can deal with that accordingly. But to sit there and holler alpha male, that's one thing that Kevin said was kind of messed up on, is using that word, telling men how to be alpha male. But yet, you didn't say you go out there and say that you're alpha male. He just saying these are alpha male behaviors. But you got some people who don't understand how to take lessons and to act on it instead of speaking on it. So everybody talking about, I'm an alpha male, this, that, and the third, you a beta male. Nah, that wording is not even necessary. You just, like I said, you show through your actions. Next, living in debt. Get into debt to show off wealth is like renting a palace and claiming it as your own. Men view this as a clear sign of lower classiness. Real class isn't about living in pretense, but authenticity. Good Lord, like I ain't been to school in a while. Within one's means. That's true. There's no need to live above your means. It really is. I know it's a lot of things that we want. We want to look flashy. We want to look nice. We want to live comfortably. But You can't be comfortable when you work, especially in this day and age, when you living paycheck to paycheck. There's nothing cool about that. That's causing more stress. You're gonna kill yourself trying to look good for what? It's not even worth it. So making a public space a living room, blurring boundaries, turning a public place into a personal haven, like having a picnic in the middle of a busy sidewalk. Yeah, that's seen as less classy. It's like moving your living room furniture into a park. The boundaries are there for a reason. Yeah, you get out. Yeah, you go out there and you see people on a park bench, like say outside, and they just spread everything out and don't be considerate of others. Or even let's say you like in a bus or something, and people just not considerate of others who may want to sit down in the plane. And they spread everything out and they just try to take all this space. And it's like we're all here trying to get somewhere, trying to do something, and you acting like you the only one that has to do it. That is very, very classist, as they say. Speaking ill of others, the dark paintbrush. Now, yeah, I just don't like, I can't stand when people, like I say, just talk bad about people all the time. If you got, the mama used to say, if you ain't got nothing positive to say about somebody, don't say it all. And there's a reason why they say that, because that negative stuff, negative vibes, man, when you are negative, always negative, man, that ruins the mood. That turns everybody else negative sometimes, and it's not even worth it, man. The humble brag, quiet confidence, a blatant lack of humility often screams lower class. It's similar to wearing a sparkling tiara at a casual gathering. It's just unnecessary. The truly class understand the value of quiet confidence and modesty. That kind of goes along the lines of trying to wear like name brand stuff, but don't say nothing. But you walk around. Let's say you got big diamonds, and you walk around these big diamonds, and when you're talking with your hands. You kind of bragging and you kind of putting it out there, or walking around and you with your boys or whatever, and you pull money out your pocket and you kind of count money and stuff. And just doing it for no reason, but talking about something and then just pulling it out and just counting money, and just look like acting like you're looking for something. Want somebody to say something about you, to brag on yourself. Respect for all the classic golden rule. Treating everyday folks with disdain, major, unclassy alert. It's as distasteful as kicking a friendly puppy. What? Men believe that a true hallmark of class is respect. And I believe in that too. I believe you should respect everybody from the jump. I teach that. I live that. When you meet somebody, everything is respect. Now, how they react and how they treat you after that dictates everything else. But you always greet someone with respect. Now, if they don't respect you, then you don't have to reciprocate. You just remove yourself from them and keep it moving. What else? What's next? Unrelenting hagglers, the art of overdoing, trying to haggle with everyone about everything. I hate that, man. I had a business where I used to do stereo. It's sales, put stereos, people call stereos, TV, stuff like that. Back in the day. So when I started out, first thing you want to do is let your people know. Get your friends involved. Say, hey man, I got this business. Charge might be a little less than Best Buy or what have you. And then I come to your house and I put the stereo in. Dudes to ask me how much you get it for. Like what? Now this is like a legitimate business. Tax, ID, sales permit, all that kind of stuff going on, getting a wholesale, paying tax at the end of the year. The first thing they want to do, you put like at least a 33% markup on whatever you get. First thing somebody asks me is how much you pay for it. So you are already trying to destroy my business from the jump. But you'll go buy, like I say, the Gucci outfits to show that you got money. But yet when your brother, your people is trying to start a business so he can grow, you won't know what he paid for. Entitlement, the world doesn't owe you. Sure the hell don't. Try to teach this to these kids. Man, look here. Once, I know you didn't ask to be here, but you here, and I raised you, and I did everything I could, like a good parent did. Now, I ain't saying that I'm not going to be there for you for when you need me, but I'm not here to provide for you to the day you die, when you got your health and your strength. I don't owe you anything. The world does not owe you anything. You do it like everybody else. You make it happen. You take life lessons and you make things happen. Showcasing wealth online, the digital peacock. Flashing your wealth online feels like turning your bank account to a flashy reality show. I know, them young folks and them rappers, man. Everybody trying to flash that they got money. All these people. I started my business with $1 in rice, and I can show you too. They have these big cars and yachts and stuff behind them, and most of the time they ain't even there. They just trying to tell you how to make money so you can pay to learn how to make money. They say it might grab attention, but men view this as unclassy. The truly wealthy often don't feel the need to broadcast their riches, and that is true. They'll tell you Warren Buffett still live in the house he bought in the 60s. You don't see Bill Gates' house being plastered. You don't see Mark Zuckerberg. When they do these TED Talks, they wearing like jeans, pants, What's funny, they'll wear like blue jeans, a t-shirt, and shoes. Now them shoes might be like $300-$400, maybe Koyo shoes or something. They probably more than that. Them pants might be some expensive pants, but you won't know it because it don't have a big name brand on it. And they might have a regular t-shirt that might be cost $200-$300, but you won't know it. But there's no big tag on it. But it's the quality of the shirt. It might be a Pima cotton shirt. That's like $40-$50. But you won't know, but you want to look like you rich. But you go to the corner store and buy a pack of white tees. And your pants are sagging. And I can see your dollar store boxes that you got on. Like, why is that? But you got the new Jordans, look clean as hell. But everything else about you scream, low class, as they say. Let's see what's going on. Table manners, a solid speaker. Oh yeah, I had to be taught, saying this myself. You don't smack your food. You keep your elbows off the table. You put your napkin in your lap. You show you got some manners, man. This is for men and women. Because this list is so everybody, just can learn how to, show some class and present themselves, because a lot of y'all want an equal yoked partner, woman or man, or you want somebody that's going to be there, that's going to represent you well, but yet are you representing yourself well? Are you out here, like say, smacking, talking loud, chewing with your mouth open at the table while your man over here or your woman over here is sitting quiet, got a cell phone in his pocket and trying to focus his attention on you, and you got your cell phone in your hand while you eating with your head down the whole time, ain't talking about nothing. It said a quest for constant validation and respect hoarder. Those who crave respect constantly seem to be running a never-ending race for validation. It's like wanting applause every time you tie your shoelace. Man, I hate that. Every time you do something, you want somebody to say, "Yay, man, that's your job." The unwelcome show off. Look at me, I'm rich. It's kind of like a repeat of the other ones. Fear of new experiences, celebrating the comfort zone. Man, yeah, I can't stand when people say, "Man, shoot, I'm cool." Say like somebody tried something and it failed. They be like, "I'm glad I didn't try it, man. Shoot, I'm good sitting here doing nothing, watching TV, man. Shoot, you went out there and went to try to go to school and you couldn't even pass. I'm glad I didn't." You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that's why I ain't trying to do it, because man, that's too much. That's too hard. And you looking like, damn, you know what? But even Denzel told you, if you ain't failed, you ain't tried. I mean, how you gonna sit there and say you did something in life and you ain't done nothing in life? Shoot, I will tell you that I went to school and had to do the program twice. Because one, I didn't understand the sacrifice it took to get through, didn't really see the bigger picture at first. Had an instructor tell me, look, you're going to have to sacrifice for the next couple of years so that way your children you and your kids can benefit for the rest of your life. And I'm like, okay. And I did that and made it through. So now, I'm cool, I'm comfortable. But you got people who are afraid. They talk a good game, but they're afraid to get out there and do things. And I mean, this says that People who boast about rejecting new experiences seem to live in a box and celebrate its boundaries. It's like refusing to climb a tree because the ground feels safer. Men view this reluctance as a sign of lower class. After all, the classes are often adventurous, eager to learn and grow. Public meltdowns. The stage is not yours. Making a scene in public, man, that's the biggest sign of disrespect. I don't know if you want to use the word low class. Maybe we using a thesaurus or whatever. But ooh, man, especially when this comes to like women disrespecting a dude, that's a no-no. You do something like that, and that relationship has pretty much started on this spiral downhill immediately. Making others feel small, the unnecessary power play. When people make others feel inadequate, it's like they're trying to build a tower by turning down others. Men view this behavior as a strong sign of lower class. After all, class involves lifting people, not pushing them down. Yes. When I was a manager of this clinic, that's one thing that I made sure I would do. I would always walk in the building, speak to everyone. I would always tell people how I appreciate what they did, even if they had flaws and it was not perfect, because it's a learning experience every day, and people gonna make mistakes. But I always try to emphasize the good that they did all the time, because I know human nature, something's gonna happen, and we're gonna have a discussion about it, or disciplinary action about it. It happens, but if you don't reinforce or instill in people the good that they do, they eventually start to resent you, and they'll want to leave the job or maybe even the relationship because you're not saying anything positive about them. Fake luxury, living above your means, pretending to live in a luxurious life, that's kind of like everything else. It falls in the line of living above your means, wearing these name brands. I know people that, well, I don't know them, but I know of people that sell like fake luxury items, just so somebody can say, I got this, Louis Vuitton bag or this Gucci bag, when they bought it in the underground market or swap meet, for pennies on a dollar, knowing they ain't gonna, well, it ain't real, but you got the name brand, so everybody gonna think that you living, higher than what you are, and it's not true. It said, I, me, myself, the self-centered trap. Men view excessive self-focus as a sign of lower class, like expecting every conversation to revolve around you. Yeah, that's a big problem. What else? That it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Because everything else, we go into other stories. So that's it. Like I said, just gonna have a little fun. See what you think about this. See if it hurt anybody's feelings, or maybe y'all do some of these things, and because really, I think the boil it down to, it all boils down to that on this list, that a lot of this stuff is just about insecurities and self-focus, trying to draw attention to yourself is basically what men consider being low class. Whether it's being loud, so everyone looks at you when you talk, whether it's talking negative about somebody else, so that way they look at you as the positive person, buying expensive stuff so everybody can see what you have on, that you wearing expensive, that you can afford certain things, or living above your means so people think you can afford certain things, and buying fake stuff and flaunting it so people will think that you may be living a certain lifestyle, so everything can be focused on you. So that's, to me, is like the summary of it all is self-centered focus, because maybe there's something lacking there emotionally, to where you feel self-esteem is lacking, if you will. And that's the main thing. Once people start feeling a certain way about themselves, you know how you got a lot of times these people talk about this body self-awareness, that I'm fluffy, fat, and fabulous. They're talking this like Lizzo and her people. They're talking this out loud, because if you say, you know how you see people go to these head doctors and they tell them to be self-assuring. You got to speak it into existence. So if I'm out of shape and no one's attracted to me, I'm going to speak that I'm beautiful into existence. And if I do it enough every day, I will eventually believe it. And I will get everyone else to believe that I believe what I'm saying, when, as a matter of fact, I know doggone well what I'm saying is not true. I've been sold a false bill of goods. So people feel if they make themselves the center of attention all the time, they must exude positivity, when in reality it doesn't. It exudes, like I say, a low self-esteem, because if you're out there doing things, if you're out there making money, if you're out there working out, you're eating right, you start to look good, you start to feel better, it shows in your actions. Period. People will say something about it before you will. People will tell you, man, dude, you lost some weight. You losing weight? You be like, I don't know. I don't think so. Because if you're doing things right, you really don't see the changes as fast as other people see. You don't see the results as fast as other people will see the results of things you're doing most of the time. And that's a good thing. That's the way it's supposed to be. Other people are supposed to sing your praises. See how good you look. Like if you're in a relationship or marriage or whatever, your husband should be singing the praises of how you look and how you treat him. And your wife, girlfriend, boyfriends should show the appreciation just being around you. You see what I'm saying? They supposed to spoil you like that and be arrogant towards you, for you. Not you being arrogant for yourself. They'd be the one, like, everywhere they go, man, my wife, my man, my woman does this, that, and the third. They look like this, they do that. Man, you know what I'm saying? Making the world jealous of them having you. Things like that. But again, you're not supposed to put yourself out there in the open to be seen, because, like the story said, you tied your shoes this morning. Everybody, which one? Cookie, as Chris Rock would say. But anyway, tell me what you think about this. And as you see in this, I know a lot of y'all probably thought this was a list that went against women. And it's probably why you clicked on it, if you saw it. But as you see, this is just people, period. Just women and men. It hits both sides. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.